Shalom, good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Foreign Minister Yair Lapid vaguely acknowledges Israel's warming of ties with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The United States highlights its efforts to broaden regional cooperation in the Middle East to confront the Islamic Republic of Iran. The European Union pledges support for Egypt to tackle growing concerns over food security. Israeli Foreign Minister Yair Lapid held a press briefing yesterday in which he summed up his first year in office. The roughly hour-long presentation provided a comprehensive overview of Israel's evolving state of play within the context of foreign relations, during which Jerusalem's top diplomat seized the opportunity to highlight U.S. President Joe Biden's visit to Israel and the region in mid-July, which aims to include an expected warming of overt relations between Israel and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
People understand that everybody's looking at Saudi Arabia these days for several reasons, and the fact that the president is going to fly directly from here to Saudi Arabia is probably signifying that there is a linkage between the visit and the ability to improve relations in the entire region.
Minister Lapid further expressed Jerusalem's aspirations to devise a formal peace agreement with Riyadh as part of the policy aimed to broaden the Abraham Accords, which aims to include also other Arab and Muslim majority nations worldwide.
אנחנו עובדים על הרחבה של הסכמי אברהם. אני מעולם לא הסתרתי שיש סדרה של מדינות יעד, סעודיה היא הראשונה שבהם, גם אינדונזיה, גם מדינות אחרות, זה כולן מדינות שישראל מעוניינת שיהיה לה הסכמי שלום איתם.
Foreign Minister Lapid further highlighted the historic Negev summit, which brought 6 foreign ministers to Israel for the purpose of deepening cooperation on common challenges and opportunities.
אני לא חושב שהיה אי פעם משהו כמו פסגת הנגב. יושבים 6 שרי חוץ, מצרי, אמירתי, בחרייני, מרוקאי, ישראלי ואמריקאי, ומנהלים דיון אינטימי, לעתים בלי עוזרים ובלי יועצים, מקימים קבוצות עבודה בשורה של נושאים שמשמעותיים לנו, ובעיקר מקדמים את מה שאנחנו מכנים הארכיטקטורה האזורית, לשימור הביטחון. This is what we call the regional architecture. We are trying to put Iran under siege, both security-wise and policy-wise, because Iran is a threat to the region, to the entire region, not only to Israel.
Minister Lapid explained that as part of the so-called regional architecture, Israel is working to isolate its arch-enemy, namely the Islamic Republic of Iran, on the global stage.
אנחנו ממשיכים עם מדיניות הקיטור, אנחנו רוצים לבודד את איראן בזירה הבינלאומית. יש לנו כלים גם מולטילטרליים וגם עם האמריקאים. בסוף, עם חילוקי הדעות, אין לנו שותף אמיתי יותר מהאמריקאים.
While the United States is repeatedly labeled as Israel's truest and most reliable partner, Jerusalem's top diplomat revealed that London, rather than Washington, has helped Jerusalem present its arguments to the relevant parties within the context of Iranian breaches vis-à-vis its nuclear commitments under the JCPOA and NPT respectively, and highlighted also that progress is being made to convince those same relevant parties on triggering the snapback mechanism, which will reimpose a long list of crippling sanctions globally on the Islamic Republic's economy.
Snapback זה אומר, כל הסנקציות, כולל אלה העתידיות, צריכות להיות מופעלות. זו עמדה שהוצגה לכל המדינות המעורבות בעניין. זה הבריטים היו שותף, לא יודע אם דרמטי, אבל אינטנסיבי איתנו בהצגה של זה. וזה השלב הבא במאבק הבינלאומי או בצד המדיני של המאבק בגרעין האיראני. שכן השלבים הקודמים נכשלו והחלטת סבא אומרת שהם נכשלו. האיראנים ממשיכים לרמות, לשקר ולנסות להגיע לגרעין בדלת אחורית ובאופן חשאי, והגיע הזמן לעצור את זה, ולעצור את זה, זה בעיה לא של ישראל, זה בעיה של העולם כולו.
It is important to interject by highlighting that while the majority of nations in the IAEA Board of Governors have evidently adopted the Israeli position, China and Russia have voted against the resolution censoring Iran, while India, alongside Pakistan and Libya, abstained. Nevertheless, despite the censor, the United States continues to seek a revival of the 2015 nuclear agreement.
We will continue to pursue a mutual return to compliance with the JCPOA for as long as doing so is in our national interest. And right now, a mutual return to the JCPOA would convey non-proliferation benefits that we don't have at the present moment. Again, the fact is that Iran's breakout time is dangerously low.
Price highlighted, however, that the United States remains committed to Israel's security and is resolved to deepen regional cooperation to confront threats which Iran persistently poses.
Our commitment to Israel's security is ironclad, and we, in cooperation with our allies and regional partners, including Israel, we will use every appropriate tool at our disposal to confront the IRGC's destabilizing influence in the region. You've seen evidence of that with the financial sanctions that we've imposed. We continue to coordinate closely with our Israeli partners on this, with our Gulf partners, with other partners throughout the Middle East. And I have no doubt that the challenge that Iran poses to the region and beyond will be high on the agenda when President Biden is in Israel next month and when he is in Saudi Arabia next month, meeting with the GCC and meeting with his Saudi partners as well.
Returning to Jerusalem, where Foreign Minister Lapid also addressed the unique relationship with Israel's immediate Arab neighbors, including, most notably, with Egypt.
אבל החזרנו משהו מהאינטימיות בשיחות עם מצרים וירדן. מול ירדן זה נפגם קצת סביב אירועי הרמדאן. אבל בסך הכל היחסים עם מצרים הולכים ומתחזקים, כולל אנחנו משנים עכשיו, מרחיבים את הכיס, הכיס זה האפשרות שלנו לייצור משותף, מנהלים איתם שיחות של גז ואנרגיה שלא היו בעבר, וכמובן שיתוף הביטחוני, יש פעולה ביטחוני הדוק מאי פעם.
Lapid also highlighted the latest developments, which included the signing of a memorandum of understanding by the EU, Egypt, and Israel yesterday, rooted in Europe's aspiration to seek alternatives to Russian energy.
ההבנה שאנחנו יכולים לעזור לאירופה למצוא, אנחנו יכולים להיות חלק מהמערך שמייצר לאירופה אלטרנטיבה לגז הרוסי.
It is important to know that the European Commission's aspirations within context of the signed MOU aims to increase an estimated 5 billion cubic meters or BCM of natural gas to 7 BCM by year's end and to double the latter figure as early as next year. Following yesterday's signing ceremony of the trilateral MOU, EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen met with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, during which the EU pledged to assist Cairo to tackle a disastrous food shortage which threatens the security and stability of Egypt.
Ukraine, that used to be the granary of the world before the war, now is in a very difficult situation, and we have to do everything that the supply of grain that is trapped in Ukraine because of the Russian war, that the supply of grain is being exported to the world so that Russia is no more blockading the export of Ukrainian grain via the Black Sea. At the moment, being 20 million tons of grains are stuck, are trapped in Ukraine, and we've seen that food prices have been skyrocketing in many countries. 80% of your wheat imports are coming from Russia and Ukraine, so this is a concern about food security and food prices that is real. we will provide an immediate relief of 100 million euros to Egypt for the immediate situation now of food security. This will hopefully help to increase the grain storage capacity and will provide finance for rural businesses and farmers, but that's only for the short term. And the two of us have intensively discussed that in the mid and long term, we will also have to completely renew and boost the local food production. And therefore, the European Union is very interested in investing in the local food production. We will devote 3 billion euros to agriculture and nutrition, water and sanitation programs over the next years here in the region. These investments will support food systems in your region and elsewhere, so that we can together discuss how to develop solutions and technologies that are fit for purpose here in Egypt.
Thank you for watching TV7 Israel News. Separately, it is important for us to continue to underscore that TV7 Israel is a donation-based ministry. Therefore, if you're blessed by our productions, please consider making a financial contribution that in turn will enable us to sustain our ongoing operations here in Jerusalem. Additionally, I would like to encourage you, pray for our persecuted brothers and sisters worldwide and for the peace of Jerusalem and the salvation of Israel. I'm Jonathan Hassan, wishing you a Shabbat Shalom u'Mevorach, and we will see you again on Monday at the same time.